Hi guys, welcome back to Somerset Man Walking. Well, actually today is Somerset Man Cooking. I just thought I'd do, so my other hobby basically is cooking. I'm no expert. I'm just knocking up a chilli ready for tonight's tea. It's only sort of, what time is it? 11:30 in the morning. So in my pan here I have some onion and some orange pepper, or yellow pepper if you like. I'm just going to sweat that down. We've got half a kilo of mince there. I'm not a vegetarian, but if you are a vegetarian, absolutely fine. You can use, beans basically. You can use kidney beans, red kidney beans, haricot beans, that type of thing. Or even chuck a tin of baked beans in, It's just simple. I haven't made the sauce myself, although I have in the past. I just basically use chopped tomatoes and also just add the chilli powder in and whole chilies, fresh chilies. I did do one the other week and it was so hot. My missus couldn't eat it. I struggled, I must admit. I'm just going to have this with some wedges and that later. So I'm just going to add, I've got half a kilo of mince there. I'll chop that in a minute. And I've got some little button mushrooms. So yeah, I'll just show you the process in a minute. So there you go guys, that's just the onion and the pepper sweating down there. So you can just sweat that down nice and gently guys, nice and relaxed, no rush, don't want to burn the bottom or anything like that, that's not going to happen. So I sweat that down, a little bit of vegetable oil and some butter, so a bit of salted butter. Have a look to cook. I'm almost happy with that, so I'm going to now add the mince. There we go, in goes about half a kilo of mince. I don't know how this video is going to come out. Obviously it's not a walking one, but I just wanted to show you a different side of what I normally do. But this is, like I said, my sort of second hobby if you like. I've always enjoyed cooking. A case of sort of having 2 years ago I guess. And my wife doesn't really cook. She does do a nice roast dinner, I have to say. But yeah, it's so just sweating that down now. I'll bring you back in a minute. There we go guys, the mince has just been added and that's going to cook down now and I'll bring you back. Yeah, so at this point guys, just keep on sweating your onion, your pepper, your mince down. I'm going to add a little bit of, quite a lot of pepper actually, because I quite like my chilli to be quite sort of peppery and well seasoned. Like I said, I'm not using I'm not creating my own sauce today. I'm being a bit lazy, I must admit. Like I said, I have in the past. So just put a tiny little bit of salt. I don't want too much salt because there will be salt in the sauce there. So that needs to carry on sweating down now, and I'll bring you back when I add the sauce on the mushrooms. Because I let the mushrooms just cook in the sauce basically. So how about you then guys? What are your hobbies outside of what you do on your channels? Do you enjoy cooking? Do you enjoy, trying to do other things other than what you actually do on your channel? If you've got time, I guess. I watch a lady who has a jewellery making channel and she goes out and does walks, so it's like the opposite Or I'm sure she does cooking as well. She might not have to eat. Sorry, Claire. But yeah, I'm just interested. What do you guys do? Drop it in the comments down below, you know. Yeah, so just want to cook that mince out until it's brown. It's well cooked. Get rid of all the red there, and then I'll add the sauce in the mushrooms, guys. What was that on years ago, wasn't it? Was it Muppet Show or something like that? He was just chef, wasn't he? I'm sure it was a Muppet Show. Drop in the comments down below. Yeah, so that's all sweating down nicely now, guys. Needs to go a little bit further. I don't put a lid on at this point because I don't want it to be too runny. I quite like my chilli sort of not hard. What's the right word? Yeah. Anyway, not runny basically. So we're nearly there now. I just want to sweat it down a bit more. Get rid of little bit of liquid out of the onions and obviously the beef. I want to get rid of that before I add my sauce. That's smelling lovely already. So guys, just sort of wash the mushrooms off a bit, make sure there's no yucky stuff. And I just half the little mushrooms and just throw them in. So yeah, it's I've had to put the extract on, get a bit steamy. So in here I will use about half of these, I suppose. Got a whole punnet here. Use about half. There you go in. Yeah, so just half them like that, just throw them in, that'll be absolutely fine. That's enough in there now. So I won't be having any rice or anything with this later. We'll be having an unhealthier version, some potato wedges. I'm not too sure if I'm going to make them myself yet. I sometimes do. Or I might just cheat and use some frozen ones. It's good to cheat now and then. I'm just going to pop my sauce in now, guys. Quite happy with the way that's looking. And tiny little bit of remains. So just a drop of water in your jar, lid back on. I know most of you guys don't know this. Lid back on. Just has a little bit more liquid. You could put a drop of wine in there if you really wanted to, a bit of red wine, but it'd be a bit of a waste really. And yeah, we just stir that through now. Coming along rather nicely. Bring you back in a sec. So I've just turned the heat down now, guys, and it's just going to let it simmer. A nice gentle heat for around about 20 minutes, I would imagine. Yeah, just let that simmer, bubble away for about 20-25 minutes. I still keep the lid off it, guys, because like I said, I don't want it to get too runny. If you put a lid on, it'll steam and you'll end up with a very runny chilli, and I don't want that. Anyway, I'll bring you back in about 20 minutes. So we're about sort of 20 minutes in, guys. It's still a bit runny for me, so I'm going to leave it another 5 minutes with the lid off, and we can pop the lid on, take it off the heat, pop the lid on and leave it until we want to reheat it later. And I'll just reheat it on the hob. No microwave, nothing like that. It won't need that. Just heat it through gently later while the wedges and garlic bread are cooking. Nice bit of cheesy garlic bread with it, that'll be spot on. So yeah, I'm going to give it another 5 minutes and then shut the lid on. So there you go then, guys. I am now happy with that. Very happy with that. Give that a bit of a stir. I'm a bit of a messy cook, so My wife does get a little bit annoyed with me, bless her, but I do my best. So there we go, put the lid on now, turn that off, set that to one side, let that cool down gently, turn the extractor off a minute. Yeah, and I'll bring you back when it's all done later on, I think. Or at least while I'm reheating and doing the wedges. I am going to cheat tonight, I think, use frozen wedges. I know I shouldn't. I know it's lazy, but it is what it is. Yeah, so there you go, guys. That's the prep done. The chili's made. Like I said, you reheat that through later gently. Do some wedges in the old air fryer there. And a nice bit of cheesy garlic bread. I might stuff the garlic bread with brie. Anyway, like I said, I'll bring it back. So guys, welcome back. I'm just about to prepare the garlic bread. I'm going to stuff it with some brie. So I've just cut some chunks of brie there. My hands are clean, by the way, before anybody says anything. So just basic garlic bread. And I'm just going to basically, the little slits that you get in the garlic bread, I'm just going to stuff the brie in there. And that'll all melt through later, be umptious. And just stuffing the garlic bread here with the brie. Looks a bit untidy, but once it's cooked, it'll be absolutely fine. I'm not, like I said, not the tidiest cook in the world. I'm certainly not a chef, as I nearly just said then. Definitely not. And those guys are amazing. Like I said, it doesn't look that pretty, but it'll be absolutely fine. Cram it in there. Of course, you can use cheddar. It's whatever you want, really. Doesn't look very pretty at the moment. I was just washing my hands yet again. Hope you're all doing alright, guys. Like I said, let me know in the comments down below what you do in your spare time. What you enjoy doing apart from obviously your work or your YouTube channel or whatever you do. What you do differently to your YouTube channel. I find that really interesting. We'd really love to know that. So there you go, guys. Like I said, that doesn't look too appetizing at the moment, but that would go lovely with our chilli. And that's all I can do for now, preparation wise. Just cook it all up later on, guys. All the best, and I'll bring you back later. Hello guys, and welcome back. It is later, and I've decided to do my own wedges. I thought, well, if I'm doing a video, I'll make the effort. So, potatoes. Potatoes. Let's just make some wedges here. Simple potato wedges. I do try and do. So I've got a bowl. I do try and do like home cooked food as much as I can. I try not to do too much frozen stuff. I do try and cook everything pretty much from scratch. I know I cheated on the chili sauce earlier, but you know, sometimes we haven't got the time. I've got a little bit of free time today, so I'm gonna make my own wedges. And basically what I do is I put them in a bowl, and I don't parboil mine. I've got this made in air fryer, and they are very good. I don't know if I'm going to need that one, but no, I don't think I will. That can be saved for another day, probably. Try and cut them all evenly. I mean, it's not rocket science. Otherwise, we'll have some uncooked, some cooked. That makes sense. I'm quite happy with them, so I've got basically a bowl of wedges there now. And what I'm going to do, guys, no, we didn't use that one. We haven't garlic bread in that as well, and there's quite a big portion of chilli there. So, salt, guys, they will need salt. quite a bit of salt. And that. I've boiled the kettle and I will just fire that back on a minute. So basically what I do now is I don't parboil them. I'll put the boiling water on them and I'll leave them for about 10 minutes. And then I'll get them out, drain them off, put them on a piece of a tea towel or something, pat them all dry and then season them. And then they will be, I normally do them on I don't air fry them, I normally do them, this machine has a roast setting. So there you go. And they just sit there now for about 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes, leave them, drain them off, pat them dry, season them. You can leave them in the bowl, just cover them up, and then they'll go into the air fryer later. Like I said, they won't be air fried, they'll be sort of roasted in the air fryer. So there you go. So guys, I'm just moving on now to the garlic bread that I stuffed earlier. So the that's been in the fridge, by the way. I pop them in these. Oh no, that's never mind. Not to worry. Live telly. So I use these silicone moulds that go into the air fryer, and it just saves so much on the washing up. What my wife does. So I'm always in the good books if I use these. I can't with the wedges so much because I think they come out better with the airflow around, even though you're not sort of air frying them as such, you're roasting them, but the wedges do come out better if they're just done on roast with the air flowing round. So yeah, a little silicone mould there that I pop the bread in, and that will go in there later on. Temperature on this thing is, this is so efficient, so it's awkward to say because if you did it in the oven it'd take a lot longer, but I mean that will literally only take about sort of 7 or 8 minutes, and the wedges will take about 20 minutes. Temperature wise, this will bake and they will roast, so this will bake on about, I don't know, sort of 170, 180, enough to get the cheese melted, enough to obviously warm the bread through. I don't want it crunchy too much. And the wedges there, obviously want to cook them right through, so they're taking obviously about 20-25 minutes while the chilli is heating up. So there you go guys, that's your garlic bread there, stuffed with brie. And that's your wedges in a bowl. I'm going to leave them for, like I say, another sort of 10-15 minutes, get them out, drain them off. Pop them on a towel or a tea towel and just dry them off, flavour them and put them back into the bowl. So I really hope this video is coming out well. It's completely out of my comfort zone, this, as you will know, the people that follow me. So the garlic bread's going to go into that one. I've got my chilli here in the pan on the stove. I'm going to put some plates on the hot plate in a minute, warm them up, so I hate having food with cold plates. One of my bugbears. It really is. Getting to a restaurant, you get a lovely meal, they give you a cold plate and the food goes cold. Crazy. And there you go, look, that's my wedges there. I will bring you back in a bit when I drain them and season them. Hey guys, welcome back again. So I've just brought you back now. Got my plates warming there. So I'm just doing my wedges basically. So I've got the wedges here, and obviously they've been resting in the hot water. I just want to pat them dry. So basically, I've got a tea towel here. I'm just going to pat them dry now. I've got another tea towel. They're all clean tea towels, by the way, guys. So I'm just going to pat them dry, and obviously that's all dry now. I've dried my bowl out, so the same bowl, so it saves on the washing up. I'm just going to pop them back into this bowl. A little bit of a toss for me. Very chefy, very chefy. I was just tossing these. This is going to be the longest video I've ever done, I think. Oh my god. Sorry guys. Maybe a walking channel, not a cooking channel. But, you know, you've got to mix up a bit, haven't we? There we go. Put that to one side. Now here I've got gluten free. So this is gluten free, and this is they do all sorts. They do like southern fried chicken or southern fried seasoning for wedges, baked potato seasonings, everything. But it is gluten free, and I do have a sort of little bit of intolerance. But this is Cajun style. So we're having chili. So yeah, a little bit of Cajun spices going in there. Toss that around. There you go. Chuck that in. We'll just get rid of that in a minute. I do sort the recycling out as well before anybody has a go at me about, oh God, blah 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 about recycling. All goes into one, I sort it out. Tiny little bit of veg oil. Not too much. And just toss them around. You end up with these lovely Cajun wedges. I'm just gonna cover them with this cloth, and I will preheat the air fryer, although it will be on roast for these, for a couple of minutes, and then I'll toss them in later on. So here we go then, guys. Ready to put my wedges into my air fryer, but it's on the roast setting on 190. I'm just preheating. That's my wedges there. I'm just about to bung them in. Just waiting for the air fryer to heat up. Don't want to put them in cold, if you know what I mean. And it does help them to not stick if you preheat. Only for 3 minutes on 190, and that'll take about 25 to 30 minutes. I'm just about to put them in. It should beat now and get a little what on cue there. Look professional. Yeah. Anyway, give a little sizzle there. There we go. Shut that back in. So we want on the roast setting on number 2, and we want that for. Hang on a minute, I've just made a mess up. Like I said, not used to doing these type of videos, guys. So yeah, on the roast setting now, I'm going to put that on 190. I want the time for 15 minutes, so that's fine. I can keep it on. Not a problem. Obviously, I've got me garlic bread on this side, all in ready to go. That won't take so long, so you won't worry about that too much. I've got my chilli heating up in this pan on the stove, and that won't take long. That it'll all be done about the right time, I hope. Guys, I think this is going to be the longest video I've ever done without leaving the house. So guys, chili's almost reheated and warmed up. I've got my wedges in the air fryer there, on the roast setting. I've got my my garlic bread on the bake setting. I've got a bit of cheddar cheese to sprinkle over the top of the chili, and I will bring you back in a second when it's all plated up. So there you go then, guys, that is my homemade chili topped with cheddar cheese, brie, garlic bread and homemade wedges for 2 people. Hope you enjoyed it, guys. We certainly will. All the best from Somerset Man Walking. Cheers, guys.